Welcome everyone, and I do hope that you are doing well. Today we do have Friday, October 10th, and special day, definitely worth to receive some attention, to give the attention. It's the World Mental Health Day. The whole month of October is having this special focus around mental health awareness, as well as breast cancer awareness. And especially when we speak about mental health in the organizations, at the workplace, we definitely have a huge knowledge, and I believe also great awareness how important for organizations it is to implement well-being initiatives, programs, so the employees have the experience of psychological safety. Quite often, when we are considering the mental health, very first thought is coming to our mind is about the depression, anxiety, not feeling well. It's better to stay at home and just disconnect from the whole world. I believe the mental health is much more complex than that, and very much and strongly connected with our emotional state. The purpose of this meeting is to do a quick review what we were talking about last week, the opening week, also this week, give you a different light, like kind of extension for the areas I was raising in the daily short videos. So let me invite you to join me in the presentation. I have prepared for you a few slides, and I do hope that it will be for you inspirational and adding value to the bridge that we want to build from the loneliness to the connection and employee engagement, the real one that will be building them from the inside with the confidence, empowerment, and feeling of belonging, that what they do matters for you and your organization. Here we are. Officially, I welcome you to the Leadership for Mental Health. This year, the theme is Turning Points for Leaders. For the first time, we had an event last year as well, Leadership for Mental Health, and there we were focusing on the well-being, psychological safety, and how the organizations can support leaders and employees to build these strong foundations for their long-term well-being. Around the year and various activities that I was doing and working on various projects, this employee well-being is continuously ongoing subject for a debate. I thought that bringing that also this year from the different angle, starting about the loneliness and burnout and the disengagement, that I will share with you later some few statistics. It can bring us a little bit different light, and eventually this light will guide us to maybe redesigning some of our actions that we are having already in place. I hope you will not get tired with me. I quite often share this quote from Confucius about loving people. And sometimes from the audience I will hear the voices, it's not possible to love everybody. But let us for a moment extend our understanding for the word love. We are, of course, it's natural that we will associate that word directly with the romantic love, that we are ready to give up on something, to sacrifice, and simply the love, the way how we love our kids, our husbands, our partners, or parents. And when we are going outside, we are a bit more selective. But when we are bringing the leadership into the scene, the meaning of loving people, the meaning of Ren is the foundation for the effectiveness of leadership. Because as a leader, we are joining the organization. We don't know what kind of people are in the team. So if we do not have this balanced mindset in us, We accept everybody. We respect everybody, no matter how they look, how they talk, what they do. It will enable us to give that's number one, the psychological safety experience to people, because they will feel they are accepted. Loving means accepting, understanding there are different people. In leadership, we shall not have the aim to have people who will speak as us, who are saying yes to us, but to have varieties within the personalities, because this is where the fire is coming and innovation is following. We are not perfect people. Of course, we will go left and right, we will swing a bit. That's natural. And sometimes leaders are having simply enough. The more difficult it is when indeed we are not able to shape our own team. We are taking over the team after someone, and we will have two options. Either to give the space and to understand who are these people, or immediately in authoritarian manner, we will just shape the expectations towards them without giving them space to tell you who they are. But let us focus on today's session. Maybe following session we can talk about more and diving into the expectations and what kind of impact it will have on people as well as on you. Communication outside organization is the principle number one, how interaction, even with the cashier, will go away. How the communication, how the relation, interaction with our beloved one in home, what kind of set of words we are using to communicate something which is very important and something which is just building the bridge of connection. When we speak about the communication in organization, it's very important. We will have definitely the layers of the communication as per the structure. Somehow within that structure, we are losing at the top the meaning, how the communication is first shared and how it can be received by people. At the beginning of the month, I was talking about the loneliness. And even here, we can experience the loneliness because how usually we are communicating new policy, how usually in the organization we are communicating new change that is coming by email. The most dry way to communicate something important, something where actually we are expecting people to be on board with us. And what we do? We are just sending an email. Then our leader is not calling for the meeting. He will reply to that email, CC us, team members specifically, following the above, please be informed that from now on, these changes will be applicable and you need to be aware that the consequence will follow if you will not obey. Again, dry communication. So it's increasing my isolation and emotional dissatisfaction, emotional loneliness. Who am I for them? If this is so significant, is this really how you are communicating with me? Do I matter anything to you? I am withdrawing myself. I am belittling myself, and I am becoming only connected with you, with leader, with the organization based on transactional mode. We will speak about motivation. We will speak about engagement. We cannot create the fire from the dry wood. And this is what is happening right now. People are closing in themselves, and automatically it will have an impact on the way how we are behaving. You are calling for the meeting. 80% of the meeting you are talking about your expectations, about organizational expectations, about goals, and how you need to perform to reach the estimated goal. 80%, you take the space. Do you want to share something with me? Of course they will not share with me. You are not even reading their faces. They are disconnected. They have so many things to share with you, but they will just, as the body language says, they will just cross their hands, they will listen, and they will try to hold themselves so hard to bring you the idea that they are carefully listening to you. But they are boiling, they are burning inside. We are bringing new ideas. With leadership, I don't know if it is also your idea, your thought, but I see more and more we are trying to reinvent the wheel, but we do have all information already there. We do not need to create anything new. And just on purpose, I want to bring you, I could bring you the older sources, but I wanted to share with you just a decade before. We speak about how the communication has impact on our behaviors, how the communication is also revealing highest rated skill. If we are bringing those statistics, especially this one, have a look. Around $400 billion is spent on leadership development, and communication is number one. And most probably communication will have various dimensions. There will be a verbal communication, there will be non-verbal communication. But again, if we are having this theoretical knowledge and we do have this huge awareness how important leadership is for the employees, for the organizational growth, and what is the value of the employee in the organization, how it's possible that latest report from Gallup is showing 21% of employees are engaged. How it's possible that 76% employees are experiencing burnout. And I was talking about that in the short videos. People do not experience burnout because they are busy or you are adding extra work. It's because of their emotional state, their mental state, isolations, loneliness, being emotionally drained, not being seen, not having healthy attention towards the growth, not only professionally and collecting dry at the end of the day certificates from the training, but having the experience from learnings that also will have an impact on their personal life. Engagement is not only one lens at your workplace. Engagement is also the booster how they are growing in their personal life. And this is where we are failing. Again, how it's possible if we are spending so much money. It can be we are failing as leaders because we are only focused on the KPIs, these famous tables in Excel, red, yellow, green. How are we progressing? We don't see the people behind, how we are connecting. And this was also what I was talking about. Are we seeing that employee is also an individual person? Is there any alignment? We are talking about quite a lot recently. Alignment. What does it mean, alignment? And again, in practice, we are talking about alignment of goals, management, strategic leadership. This is the alignment. Where is the employee in this? Where is the human factor? Human-centered leadership. Another buzzword we are using, I see quite a lot on social media, center-focused leadership. But still we speak about the processes, not emotional, not human factors, human-based factors, psychological constructs. And here we are having two psychological environments. We will speak about that in a moment. But the data, for me, are scary. And if we really want to make the change, It's not through bringing another initiatives. In one of the organizations, we were doing the mapping across the company, how many initiatives are existing. And there were around 166 existing initiatives. Many, they were duplicated. What was the impact? There was no impact. Can you imagine? 166 initiatives. And you can't imagine how many initiatives were about under umbrella building engagement. Once a week, breakfast with the team. What was the impact on their well-being other than fat calories, boosting diabetes? What was the impact of this weekly breakfast on their confidence, on their emotional state, engagement, empowerment? Nothing. But 166 initiatives with no impact. And this is what we are doing quite a lot. We want to bring the change. The social media is telling quite a lot. Oh, now we are focusing on that. Let's do another initiative. But you do have already many initiatives, but ineffective, inefficiently applied, only as a dry policy, maybe posters in a wall. Quiet quitting, that's another thing. People are bringing that as a data, but hey, people cannot quit now. And this is another factor that has an impact on their burnout. They cannot quit because the market is not open, market is not flexible to find easily a new job. So they become your prisoner. They need to stay because they need to pay the bill. And unfortunately, what is very common thing, it's abused. In a silent manner, it's abused by the organization because they know people have credits, people have debts, people have 3 kids in the house. So they cannot be bold to take the risk just to resign because there is a bullying leader, because there is an imbalance of work-life balance, which is a buzzword. Many companies earned a lot of money because companies bought the certificate trainings. And now we do have 21% employees engaged. Drivers for the way we communicate. It's almost 90% our personal expectations. When we come to the room, we are saying very quickly what we need to have, what we need to achieve. But are we actually, when we are going for the meeting where we want to set up the expectations, are we screening them through those 4 lenses? Attention. What is my attention? Good ego or bad ego? What will be the impact of that expectations on my team? Or I need to squeeze them to have faster results. Satisfaction. It is for you or for them. Self-awareness. Be honest with yourself. What's the purpose of that expectation? What's the purpose of that task? What's the purpose of this project? Do the mapping. How much benefit your employees can have from that task? Are you making them aware how much value they can add to their own portfolio? If you are limited with possibility to promote them or to give them money, to give the bonus, that's the way how you can create their awareness. In a wider perspective, it's the integrity. You are showing them that your attention is focused on them to build their satisfaction through the lens of creating their self-awareness, how much they matter, how much they can grow. And then your attitude, focus on them or focus on yourself. You feed your ego or you empower their confidence. Try these 4 steps before you go for the next meeting with your team. Maybe business performance review. You are having meetings this month. It's the end of the year. I can only imagine how much stressful period it is. It can be very helpful for you to connect with your people. You are creating sociological environment within the organization for your employee. There will be external sociological environment But when the employee enters the four walls of the company, you are responsible what impact the environment will have on them, what kind of values you are building. You will have expectations. They are adult. They need to know 1, 2, 3. Yes, at the baseline, you are right. But your principal role as a leader is to make them grow, to teach them, to show the way, to learn, continuous learning. The expectation has limit, and then you need to become a driver for the positive impact. There will be people with broken minds, with trauma behind, with the background that no one showed them how to become better version. Instead to criticize them, instead to look at them, oh, I don't like them, maybe we should fire them, they do not fit to the team. It's your role to uncover that shining potential. Going back to Confucius, loving people. Only that particular lens can help you, enable you to see something more than outside from the people. Neuroscience, developing their prefrontal cortex. Again, through the 4 steps: attention, satisfaction, self-awareness, and attitude. That's the huge open field for you to create a wonderful, sustainable connection with them. Engagement is the outcome. If you are not present with attention towards them, don't expect engagement. Cognitive map, show them who they are today, show them who are you today, and show them who they can become. There is an organizational vision. There will be your leadership vision that should have 2 elements. Your leadership vision should contain organizational goals and employees' desires. This is where the true alignment shall happen. If you keep employee desires either professional or personal, you cannot build the sustainable leadership. You cannot create healthy leadership. You cannot create mentally healthy people, happy people, satisfied people. And they are waiting for you. They are waiting for you to pick up the data, to analyze where you failed, where you are absent, and that finally you will take this step up to connect with them and deliver the real leadership to them, to make them shine and to make them happy, not only in organizational life, but in their own life. 1990, engagement, big principle. We want to see people smiling, not forcing smile, but really truly smiling. And you can achieve that only through the lens of being present. And I will repeat myself again. Healthy attention, how they are growing. We are having end of the year. Can you do the quick mapping for each of your employees, direct reportees, how they started this year? What kind of skills they gain? How did they practice those skills? And how did they grow within that few months? Make this kind of content for the presentation, and next team meeting, focus on that, appreciating them. Show them how much you have observed them. Show them how much you are aware about them. It's not a space about improvement. Focus only what you have seen. If you do not see anything, if you cannot mark anything, then here we go. You have the space to prepare yourself for the new year. Interest, attention, perspectives, mapping for your analysis, leadership analysis internally. For the next year, you are building business objectives. Keep 5. I always say 5 business objectives. And last 2, keep for the professional growth and personal growth. And let them choose. Find the connecting point. And only then they become flexible. They become dedicated. They become engaged. and they will go extra mile when it's needed. Another idea that it can be very helpful for you, I advise to check that out, these two articles. I wanted to show you how things are not changing. The first one is from the Silent Killers in the Strategy. The second one, Silent Killers Talent Development. The outcomes from their research are slightly similar, almost 2 decades difference in time. Nothing has changed. So how much more we need to do the research and bringing new buzzwords or changing only the words, the labels, to understand. As long as we do not take the action towards healthy attention around the employees, nothing will change. Conceptual knowledge. We as leaders, that's the expectation we need to anchor in our minds. We need to keep learning. We need to keep shining for our people. We need to keep creating the opportunities for our people, finding the space for them to be seen, for them to vent, so that they can be lighter. Because we all know we are carrying quite a lot on our shoulders. Level of conceptual knowledge will define the maturity of the emotional intelligence. That's the wrap up for today. Thank you very much. I do hope I have shared with you the things that will inspire you, and definitely will keep doing what you do. I have no doubts we are all trying our best, and that's the leadership beauty. There are no wrong. The wrong is if we do nothing. So let's shine brighter for our people to grow lighter. Thank you very much for today, and join me for the new week, for the upcoming short daily videos, and I do hope see you next week on Friday for another short insight session.